Hi there. Today I'll be going through the contents of my Penrith survival tin. I purchased this tin sometime in 2006. Since then I have used up some of the items and lost some of the items, but recently I decided to replace those items with items I thought were very close to what originally came with this tin. So this tin is now complete. So this is based loosely on the SAS Survival Handbook by John Lofty Weisman. So let's open it up and see what it contains. So the first item in this tin is what is referred to as masking tape over here, gaffer's tape. Now gaffer's tape is slightly different from duct tape in that it doesn't leave as much of a residue when removed and can be used a couple of times. Here it is being used to provide some water resistance to this tin. It can also be used as the adhesive layer of a wound dressing. Now, wound dressing has three parts: the non-adherent layer, the absorbent layer, and the adhesive layer. This can serve the purpose of the adhesive part of a wound dressing. Also, it can be used to extend the burn time of a tinder and at other places where you would use a duct tape. So the second item is the tin lid. Now it has a reflective sticker here which can be used as a signaling mirror. Now the instructions mention that you need to make a hole in the center to be used as a heliograph. The next item is one sachet of electrolyte. Now this is identical to the one that came with the tin except for the flavor. I think the original one came with the citrus flavor. Then we have 6 water purification tablets. The original tin I think came with the brand called Puritabs, which I replaced with these, which are essentially the same thing. And each tablet can purify 1 liter of water. So you can purify in total 6 liters of water. Then we have a condom. The purpose of a condom in a survival kit is to be used as a water carrier. Then we have 2 cotton balls. These are primarily to be used as tinder with the fire steel provided inside the tin, though it can also be used as the absorbent layer of a wound dressing or to clean up the wound with a potassium permanganate solution, which will be serve as an antiseptic. So the next item in this tin is very unique to this tin, which I have not seen in any other survival kit online or on YouTube, which is a vial of potassium permanganate. Now potassium permanganate has a couple of uses, but I think the main purpose why it is included in this tin is to serve the purpose of an antiseptic or a fungicide, though it can be used as a fire starter if you have sugar or glycerine available. It can also be used to mark snow. It leaves a very dark purple or pink color. It can also be used to purify water in very low concentrations, though I think the primary purpose of including this in this tin is as to be used as an antiseptic or fungicide, as there is no glycerine or sugar in this tin. So next let's move on to the fire part of the kit. So we have 5 stormproof and waterproof matches with a striker. They are excellent, but there's only 5 of those, so they have provided you with ferrocerium rod. Now this is not what originally came with the tin. This is from BCP International. I used up the original one playing around with various tinders, and then recently bought this one and replaced the original one with this. And going along with the fire items, the next item to aid in fire building is a candle. Now this can definitely aid in fire building and also be used to sterilize the needle inside the tin if required. Next, let's move on to the food part of the kit. Now here we have 10 meters of fishing line, which is about 30 feet, 3 fishing hooks. I think this is the Aberdeen style fishing hooks, and then we also have one pre-made snare. Now in the repair section, we obviously have the gaffer's tape, we have 2 needles and 2 safety pins. Then we have a bobbin of thread. Now let's go on to the wood processing section, and we have a wire saw with a hacksaw blade. The way you're supposed to use the wire saw is to make a bow. You take a branch of wood, bend it, and provide enough tension so that this wire saw remains straight. And you can also use this hacksaw to cut off that branch to bootstrap into a bow saw. Then the next item we have is a compass for navigation, and this is an excellent compass. This is the Francis Baker compass. It has got very good luminous dots here, which hold their charge for a good amount of time. And then we have 2 bandages. Now I don't remember the brand of the bandages that came in this tin, so I replaced them with this one, and I remember it only came with 2 these small bandages like this, so it's very close to what originally came with the tin. Then we come to this item, the last. Now we have this part. This is supposed to be the handle for this tin, and this tin is supposed to be used as a cook pot or a cup, and you're supposed to turn this around so there's these inner parts face outwards, and then they attach onto the inner lip of this tin to make a handle for this tin. So I'll just put this in the section where we have water, so that this can be used for sort of boiling water. The amount of water you can carry in this tin is so limited that it would be way too inconvenient when required. We also have 2 blades here. Now these are inadequate for many of the cutting tasks you would need to do, but they can definitely be useful in processing food or small fish or small game that you catch with your snare or your fishing line and fishing hooks. Then we have some instructions here with a pencil. Now the instructions are very basic, and they are printed on waterproof paper, so it can be used for something. So they provide some basic instructions for protection, warm to water, sources, purification, food, navigation, and you also have some signaling instructions here: heliograph, lights, flags, sound, Morse code, ground to air signals. Then it has some brief summaries for sea survival, desert survival, jungle survival, snow and ice survival. We also have an emergency first aid form or instructions, and we have an emergency message form here with the combat survival kit contents, use of contents, log sheet, etc. This can be used with the pencil. And the last item is the one that confused me the most, which takes so much real estate in this tin, where space is of a premium, and they included lip balm. And the instructions mention it is supposed to be used as a lip balm, and I think somebody mentioned that it was also supposed to be used as UV protection, but there is no SPF rating on this. The only thing I can think of using this in a survival situation would be as Vaseline to extend the burn time of your tinder. I don't know why this was included. It's also not mentioned in the contents list here, but it is mentioned in the instructions. And this item is, I think, something which really confounds me. Why would you take so much real estate in a pocket survival tin with this item, which is not exactly essential? So there you have it. These are the contents of the Penrith survival tin. I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.